All right, we've got kind of a different adventure lined up for today. So I initially went to buy a $35 used tire off of Facebook Marketplace. And when I showed up, I got to this giant warehouse with 25 cars, all this car memorabilia, models, posters. The whole warehouse was covered. If you didn't see that video, you should check out the warehouse. It is a super cool place. I met Ken, I met Ruth. We started talking about cars, and he showed me this Corvette way in the back of his warehouse. Now, normally I'm not interested at all, but when he told me it had a unusual manual transmission, my ears perked up.
And here it is. Here's what we're here for. It's an 86. It's yellow. It's a standard. It's got the 4+3 Doug Nash manual transmission with electric overdrive, which is an oddball. If this car were black and automatic, I wouldn't even be looking at it. But it's yellow and it's a manual. So I'm buying it. It's been sitting here for 8 years, and he's owned it for over 25. It has 52,000 original miles. First project of the old C4 here. We seem to have some rust in the gas tank. Pull this unit off. Ay caramba. We're going to pull this neck and the pump and the sending unit, which is supposed to be very easy on these C4 Corvettes. I don't know. This is my first one to take off. Drain plug there. And the whirls all that. The 911 DIN works on a C4 Corvette. I can't work on it anymore with this dirt. I have learned, in order to be in the Corvette Club, I need some jorts, some white New Balance tennis shoes, I need a folding chair, and some white tube socks. And I don't think I have any of those things, so I'm going to have to do some shopping, but I think I can fit in. You know, anytime you got to work through a little access port like this, it's difficult, but I can tell you, putting the fuel pump and the fuel filter and the sending unit right here, man, that's so much better than having to get out of the car and drain the tank, which I may have to do anyway. Look how full that is. Man, the gas is coming out right there. Jeez. Well, the dude said it hadn't run for 8 years. This looks like it hadn't run for 30 years. Man, what a gross mess. Gross. Alright, there's the tank, and it looks like all the rusty debris in there is a result of the sending unit itself. The tank is actually very clean. You can see that's a little baffle tray in there. You can see all the stuff that came off of the, ooh, did I just touch that into gas? Man, this tank is full. Looks like it's been sitting at the bottom of Beaver Lake. This is the worst sending unit I've ever seen in a semi-modern car. So as I was under there, I saw this paper falling down. It's the build sheet, half the build sheet, a third of the build sheet for this car. I think I can get to the rest of it under there too. Option Z51 Performance Handling Package. Pretty cool. If you look really closely, you can see the rest of the build sheet right there. So I'm going to see if I can pull it out of there. You always put them on top of the gas tank. There it is. It looks like it's stuck in a few places still. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a part. Oh, boy. I could make a video on how not to remove your Corvette build sheet from your tank. I'm sure there's Corvette guys that are going to cringe at this. Huh. It falls down in pieces. Well, that's one piece. Boy, alright, well, that's it. I just got a little work to do to put it back together. It's as good as new. Let's see what we can do with it. Here's a spare tire. Just pulled that out. It's like the toolkit's there. I don't think this tire's ever been out from under this car. Okay, here's the automatic overdrive portion of this 4+3 Doug Nash transmission. It's got a little filter there, you can see that. It's actually clean and nice in there. It was leaking, so we're replacing the gasket and the filter. It's like a small automatic transmission bolted to the back of this 4-speed manual. Well, here we are. We've replaced the ignition wires. We've replaced the fuel tank sending unit, the pump, the fuel pump, spark plugs. Repaired a few wires. Gonna turn on the dash here for the first time. See what we got. It's like a video game. Oh good, there's a service engine soon light. Hopefully that'll go off. Got one light off right there, door ajar.
I have no idea what this is going to do. But we're about to find out. All right, nothing. Maybe I got to put the clutch in on this unit. Oh, goody, there's the wipers. Okay, where's the wiper switch? Oh yeah, it's on the door. Wow, okay. Okay, clutch in. Well, seems to be turning over good enough. Won't turn over without the clutch in. Hey, you hear that? Huh? Must be a 5-cylinder. Alright, well, it's sounding promising. Let's try it again. Kind of. Thing sounds terrible. Oil pressure's good. Sounds terrible. All right, we've been idling about 5 minutes. Smoothed up. Better. I gotta admit, these are pretty neat. Oil pressure off. Oil temperature. Coolant temperature off. Volts. Guess what? I got the C4 running. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Leonard, what are you doing driving a Corvette? And you're thinking, Leonard, where can I get a pair of shorts like those? Well, let's answer the first one. This is just a neat car. Like I said before, I prefer a 911, but until you experience a 1986 Corvette, the best sports car Chevy could make back in 1986, until you experience that yourself with the shifting, the button pressing, the manual switches, until you experience that yourself, you don't know what you're missing. You know, growing up, these Corvettes, Camaros, Mustangs, they were the enemy. Only recently have I learned to appreciate what I did not appreciate then. How'd you like the C4 Corvette? You know, growing up, my dad always said, I liked anything with an engine and wheels. And that's pretty much true and proven once again by the purchase of this C4 Corvette. I do want you to know my first modification on this unit was to delete that darn clutch safety switch. Who wants to push the clutch in every time they start the car? Good grief. But I do appreciate a unique car in a unique color with a unique transmission that's really not just as it rolled off the showroom floor, but really nice and really well kept. And this car was just that. Now, I haven't told you about all the unique characteristics that you get when you actually drive the car. That's going to be next. But if you've never shifted a Doug Nash 4+3, not just the manual part, but the overdrive part, you're in for something unusual. Well, it's probably time for me to get back to work. I've got a Volkswagen Westfalia up there with a gas tank out of it hanging on the ground. I've got Orange Crush in 5,000 pieces. And I've got an import Toyota Land Cruiser with a dead alternator that I'm having to order a new replacement part all the way from Australia. So I guess I better get back to work. But as usual, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.